Thank you.
I just got a call saying you're kind of walking around, like taking photos of people's tags and in their cars and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I work for myself. That's
you
correct.
have ID on you?
No, I don't have any ID on me.
Well, it's not necessarily you committed the crime. Again, it's when we make contact with the public. We usually, well, I say usually, we always we always get a name, date of birth, some sort of identification.
Sir, I think you're being unreasonable.
I'm not.
I'm
being very reasonable. I'm being very reasonable.
You're trying to. What you're
In
trying
the
to.
city of South Haven, Mississippi, an independent journalist stepped into a center of authority, where within just 7 minutes, signs of overreach were clearly exposed by two senior police officers. Lieutenant Cook and Sergeant Jackie did not hesitate to issue unlawful orders, pressuring a citizen to provide identification simply for filming in a public space. But what happened next was even more shocking. Don't forget to visit and support the original channel, Long Island Audit, and make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Police Overreach. Now let's get started.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Pretty well. I'm looking to do an open records request for the city.
Do what?
An open records request for public information.
Public record.
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna go down this hallway here, down the steps, second door on the right, it's the city clerk.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hello.
Hi, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, how are you? How can I help you today?
I'm here to do a public records request.
Okay. Need a clipboard?
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You want to see me?
Just want to get some cards too.
That's fine. This is me. And this is the boss. This is the city clerk. And then the others are just
Okay.
whoever is in everybody else's.
Thanks, Ashley.
Yes, sir. You're very welcome. Let me know if you have any questions on the application. Just try to be specific as possible, okay?
Okay, great. So here is the City of South Haven Public Records Request form. Ashley was kind enough to give us her boss's, Andrea's, work card as well as hers. Let's fill this out. So it's just the first, last name, title, and salary of all city employees for the City of South Haven.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. So we have up to 7 business days to fill a public record request. We'll contact you once the request has been filled, and it's $20 for the $21 for the public record request. I think they've added an additional $1 for filing purposes, which I can pull that. I want to say I got a copy. There's a reason why it went up that $1. Probably gotta go get a reason, but it is an extra $1, and I don't think we've updated this application to read such.
Okay.
Because this is just saying a 20, but I know they've went before the board with this whole $1 that the state's requiring for a filing fee.
Okay.
So we went in, opted in, and I gotta get that updated. But $20, 25 cents a page, and then there's $1 for a filing fee. But I'll
Okay.
contact you with the amount total once I get done, because I don't know how lengthy it'll be. Even if you wanted to email, I think it's per. I have to verify.
Okay.
Sometimes it's per sheet, you know.
Okay.
If we have to still.
Yeah,
print
it's
it
strange.
out.
Usually when I do a public records request, and if it's emailed and there's no kind of cost required, because it's just being emailed, it's not really costing you anything.
That's true. Because on here, because of it says CD digital, but there's another now.
Yeah.
This is older. Some of the
Yeah.
packages older. I think they do charge for emails as well. But
Okay.
I will verify.
And just get back to me, yeah.
Yeah, because Alyssa is usually over public records, so she's more savvy than I am. But sometimes when she's out, I'm the backup to it.
Okay.
That's why I know about that $1, because I saw it come through my email.
Okay.
And we need to update this form. So, I'll get back with you. So we usually have 7 business days. Today's is the 20th. So the 28th is our deadline.
Okay. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate
You
it.
are very welcome.
Appreciate your time today.
Yes, sir. You have a great rest of the day.
You too. Hey, how are you? Good.
Lieutenant Cook, South Haven Police Department. Can we help you with?
No.
No?
Your name is Sergeant?
I'm Lieutenant Cook with the South Haven Police Department.
And your name, Sergeant?
Jackie.
Thank you.
I just got a call saying you're kind of walking around, like taking photos of people's tags and in their cars and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was
Is there a
doing.
reason for that?
Yeah, I'm a journalist. I was just gathering content for a story. I'm taking pictures of like the different license plates and stuff.
So, taking personal license plates and government tags, or
Well, I don't know what's the difference between personal and government. Some of them say,
government and one doesn't.
well, one of them over here says law enforcement on it, so I don't know. You know what I
Are
mean?
you from Mississippi, or
Oh, I'm not from the area, no.
where are you from?
I don't want to answer that. Don't want to answer that. Yeah.
Who do you work for? We're journalists.
I'm independent, meaning that I work for myself.
Okay.
That's
Do you have
correct.
an ID on you?
No, I don't have any ID on me, no.
You don't have any type of form of identification?
No,
Anything,
no.
With your picture on it?
No.
Nothing at all?
No.
Do you have an ID out of the state?
What does it matter if I have an ID?
Because it's policy for us when we get out and speak with somebody, we identify who they are, so that way we can add it to our CAD notes, so that way if something happens or if somebody wants to file a complaint or whatever, it makes it easier for our bosses to know who we got and spoke with.
Yeah, Lieutenant, I do have an ID.
Okay.
I don't have it on me, and I don't make it a habit. It's my policy not to identify myself.
Okay. So unless
unless I committed a crime, no. Or
it's not necessarily you committed a crime. Again, it's when we make contact with the public,
Mm-hmm.
we usually, well, I say usually, we always we always get a name, date of birth, some sort of identification for them, whether it be via citation if they've made a traffic stop, or they called us out there, or we get a call from, say, City Hall.
Yeah.
Says, hey, somebody's walking around out here looking suspicious, taking photos of people's cars, of their license plates, and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
No, and I understand your policy completely.
Right. So that policy is, I'm going to ask you for your identification. So
yeah.
if you don't have it on you, I need to get your name, date of birth.
My policy is I don't identify myself unless you
then I'm going to ask
suspect
you to
me.
stop recording. I'm going to ask you to leave, and if you refuse to do that, then we'll take it up from the stuff from here. And
why would you stop me from recording?
Because there's no need for you to be out here. Then. You're on.
So
because
so you're saying because I won't.
I'm asking you to leave. Is what I'm asking you.
Because I won't identify myself to you. You're saying that I cannot engage in my constitutionally protected activity. That's what you're saying.
Well, no, I'm asking you to leave. Is what I'm asking you.
But I have every right to be here. No.
Well, I have every right to ask you for your ID, but you don't want to give me that. So it's tit for tat.
But it's not a tit for tat.
Okay.
That's not very professional of you.
What was your name?
That's not very professional, sir.
What was your name?
Sir, I told you my policy is I don't.
Okay, what is your name?
Sir, I don't give my ID unless
Have a good day.
you suspect me of committing a crime, sir.
All right, you can have a good day. Well, the crime would be I'm asking you for something which is a lawful order, and you're failing to obey that lawful
No,
order.
you need reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime that I'm committing or I'm about to commit in order to demand.
You just did by not giving me the information that I asked for.
That's not true.
Okay, I know who he is. He's one of these.
Just because I know the law, you know who I am.
All right.
Well, please.
It's one thing if you want to look at the cars that are identifiably marked as police department.
So
by all means,
this Camry over here says law enforcement. Is that?
That's actually a personal tag.
So why does it say? Why would they do that? Preferential
because the state of
treatment.
Mississippi has law enforcement tags that actually sponsor law enforcement activities, i.e., the benevolence fund. So when a cop gets killed, their family has money that's given to them to help support them because they lost the income for.
I can respect that. Yeah.
That's what that tag's for.
Okay.
The only cars that you're going to be allowed to look at out in this lot are ones that are clearly marked as South Haven Police Department or have a government tag, like on my own marked unit that has a government tag. Outside of that, you cannot take pictures of those cars. You can't take pictures of the inside of those cars because that's private property. And by doing such, you are trespassing into that private property.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, I'm just telling you that's how it's going to work.
You can't trespass the eyes, and at the end of the day, if it's in public, I could see it. If you went up on a traffic stop and you're looking in somebody's, it's the plain.
I'm telling you right now,
it's the plain view doctrine.
It's the
plain view doctrine, correct?
Plain
if you could see it, are you trespassing
your
into?
reasonable suspicion to be out here to look at that car?
Are you when
Tell
you
me
look
what
in when you're on a
tell me what
traffic
your-
stop, Lieutenant? Please, I'll let you talk. Can you let me talk?
I'll
When
listen to you.
when you're at a traffic stop and you're looking in somebody's car with your flashlight, do you have any reasonable suspicion or anything? No, because it's called the plain view doctrine. Anything you can see from public.
Right.
That's it. And if you see a drugs or a gun or a firearm
What's
from
the
plain
difference between you and
view,
me? What's the difference between you and me?
nothing really.
Is there not? Because I have this on here,
Yeah.
and it's also a
You
safety
have a
hazard
badge.
for me when I'm looking at that car, whether or not somebody's hiding in that back seat with a gun or an RPG or something to do something to me.
Yeah,
You, on the other hand, have openly admitted you are a journalist out
Correct.
here getting B footage for something, but you're also doing that not on government property, not on government vehicles, but on personal vehicles.
But they're in
We have-
public.
we have-
They're in public.
But we have reasonable suspicion.
So you're going to go to
once we
Walmart and do the
stop
same thing? Are you going to Walmart and do the same thing?
Well, Walmart would be private property, sir. This is public property, sir. That's the difference.
Okay.
This is public property.
Well, I'm asking you not to look.
I understand what
in
you're.
my
I
officer's
understand what
vehicle.
you're asking me, sir.
Because
I
not every
understand.
vehicle out here is for an officer.
I
Some of these
understand
are
that.
public cars, the people that are up here that are filing complaints, legit complaints, that have emergencies or talking to us because something happened to them that involves the law enforcement needing to be there. So now you're taking a photo of a car that may belong to somebody that doesn't have anything to do with law enforcement outside of the contact that needs to be made with them.
You guys run plates all day. Anybody who's
and we have
parked
the
in.
legal right to do that.
If I'm in Walmart, giving your example, if I'm in Walmart and I'm going inside of
Have a good
Walmart, I can see the plates from anywhere I can. Sir, I think you're being unreasonable.
I'm not.
You
I'm
are.
being very reasonable. I'm being very reasonable.
What you're trying to do is violate my constitutional rights, and I'm not going to let that happen here today.
There's no violation going here.
Okay,
And
great.
I'd like to know what you got a card so I can see what website you're going to post this to so I can watch it later.
No, you'll find it. I guarantee you. You'll be very much aware of where it's being posted to. Okay.
Okay. All right. Have a good day.
You guys can have a great day now.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching until the end of the video. If you have made it this far, you are likely just as frustrated and concerned as we are about the behavior of law enforcement in South Haven, Mississippi, a town of just over 50,000 residents that has been rated poorly by human rights organizations for its lack of transparency and weak protection of civil liberties. According to data from the ACLU in 2023, up to 61% of Americans did not know they have the right to refuse to show ID unless they are specifically suspected of committing a crime. And that is exactly why this video matters. We want to emphasize this clearly. You have the right to record in public spaces. You are not required to provide identification unless there is clear suspicion of unlawful behavior. And you have every right to calmly but firmly refuse any unlawful orders. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, remember, stay calm, record everything, ask for the legal basis, and never let anyone take advantage of your lack of knowledge about your civil rights. Once again, thank you for standing with police overreach. Share this video if you found it helpful. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another video exposing abuse of power and teaching you how to uphold the law as a citizen who knows their rights.